Hey guys, welcome to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and this is episode 3 of Let's Play Yesterday. So in the previous episode, unfortunately, our hero, Henry, kind of got kidnapped, I guess the word is. So now we're his buddy, Cooper, who has issues in his head about going to boot camp or something. Anyway, we're going to go and see if we can save our friend. Just want to apologise about yesterday's sound. It was a little bit loud on the mic. It's because I adjusted it for my trailer talk video, which if you haven't seen, you definitely should go and watch. And I forgot to turn it back down again, so it might have been a little bit distorted. But anyway, let's see if we can go through this way. You think yourself capable of ripping it off its hinges, but there is so much rubble on the other side that it wouldn't do you any good. Let's go save our friend. Oh, can we use this now? You've never considered the possibility of calling to ask for help, so you don't even notice that the keypad is broken. I mean, we've been here with the other guy, so... Oh, maybe I can move it this, because he's big and heavy, isn't he? With some difficulty, you clear away the rubble blocking the door. And you smile to yourself, thinking that Henry wouldn't have been able to move it even an inch. You're right there, Coop. He didn't. Couldn't do anything. Let's open the door. Oh, it's got a lock. You summon all of your strength to open the padlock on the door, but you can't do it. I was told off yesterday for being too quick with the cursor, so I'm going to try and sort that out. Thanks for pointing that out to me, Adisha. Adisha, long time watcher, I guess. Yes, I kind of, after editing the video yesterday, I kind of agree. So I will try and slow down a bit. Right, I'm going to use this. As always, your first thought is to use brute force. You prepare to strike the padlock with a bar, but then you remember...
Have you ever heard of a wedge? Huh? Even if we had the biggest one in the world, we wouldn't be able to get it into your head. Ain't that right, scumbag?
So you bend the bar to make it into a wedge, and you hit the ends with the bat. And now we get to go up the stairs. Interesting. What's this? There's a big deep hole, that's for sure. That's a round metal beam, probably a master beam. Can we pick it up? With a running start, you might even be able to jump and grab it. But then what? How will you get to the other side? I'm going to say, it doesn't seem the gymnast type. Oh, what's this one? Another beam. One of the few pipes that didn't break when the roof collapsed. It's too far. Do we have some kind of rope? What happened to that cable that the first guy had? Did we leave that? What's that? Oh, is that dead possum or something? A rat in a puddle of something that could be blood. Even though the aroma of death fascinates you, you leave the rat there, more for reasons of hygiene than anything else. Okay, get off that. So maybe we could use... What have we got here? Matches. I mean, the only thing really is this bar. I don't think that's really going to do anything. No. What else do we have here? That's the door back. Can we walk over here? We can't walk over there. Can we walk to the edge? Can't walk to the edge. Ooh, what's that? Is that a bit of broken door? A thick iron door. It's beyond your reach. Can I use that with that? No. Can I use that with this? No. There's nothing else here really that I think I could use. Use this patch. Use my Boy Scout. No. Okay, let's go back down here and we're going to go through the other door. In fact, can we just rip this off here? Imitating a slam dunk, you jump and hang from the loop, which breaks off the column because of your weight. Of course it does. So now we have some kind of hoop. Maybe we could attach that to that. No. Can we look at it? Basketball hoop. I mean, that's a hook, isn't it? I'm going to go back through here because I have a feeling we might have left the wire. Wasn't there a wire around here? Ah. You try to move the rubble to unblock the stairway, but there's so much of it that the pieces are so big that you give up immediately. I thought... Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, you grab the cable without asking yourself who could have left it there. Yes. Now I'm thinking we use the cable. We use the cable with the hook. You tie one of the ends of the cable to the basketball hoop. And now we have our very own Grappling hook. And I'm going to use that on this new bit here. And swing across, because he doesn't exactly seem the versatile type, does he? Use it on the big one first. You take careful aim and... Fair play, mate. Fair play. That was really cool. Right, what's in here? Hanging from a cartridge belt is a revolver. You feel a strange shiver when you grab the revolver. Pick up the rat. No. Fair enough. Anything else around here? There's a tie. And there's this door. So we need to pick up the door. You're able to rip the door off its hinges easily. And then I presume we use that on that. You remember the plank you saw at the entrance to the subway car. And... oh, there you go. Can we walk across it? Dear. Fabulous. So I'm going to use these bullets with the revolver. You now have a loaded gun. Be careful. I will be careful. So we've got quite a few weapons here. Big stick, big baseball bat, and a gun. And of course the deadly plastic phone. Let's go and save the day, Coop. And then game over. Probably not. As carefully as you can, you stick out your head and...
After cleansing my soul of lies of the malignant one, I have filled it with discernment and have reached a decision. The heretic Henry White shall be subjected to the judgment of God, and thereby shall be flung into the well of truth. If the rats, those diabolical beings that inhabit it, perceive traces of divine goodness in Henry White's soul, they will rise up against him, tearing into his mortal flesh with their nails and teeth until he bleeds to death. In this case, we will rejoice at having led the soul of a just man to heaven. But if on the contrary, Henry White is as diabolical as they are, they will treat him with respect. And in that case, I myself shall, with a single shot, send his abominable, detestable, and repugnant soul to hell. Nevertheless, before flinging him into the well, I shall grant him enough time to ask forgiveness of the High One and prepare his soul in peace. We pray silently for your poor soul, Henry White.
Oh dear. We are not in a good situation. Can we just shoot the old man? He's holding a gun, so you can't go up to him and punch him out. You have to get away before he sees you. What else is around here? The proof that those hobos are completely crazy. Why couldn't Henry have chosen some other kind of people to help? You could grab one of the mannequins and use it as a shield, but they'd probably spot you before you got to it. The guy who has Henry will fling him into the sewer as soon as the other says the word. Can you grab him? You have to find a way of threatening the guy who has Henry so that he releases him. But first you must get rid of the other madman. Okay, so we need to... There's a gun there. Can we just... Let's look at the gun. Oh, let's look at the gun. The gun that the old madman wants to use to finish Henry off if the rats in the well didn't do it first. Obviously, you can't pick it up, but no matter what you do to save Henry's life, you have to prevent the madman at the podium from grabbing that gun. Okay. Is there anything near me that I can kind of hide behind? I don't think so. No. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and point the gun at him to shoot him in the head.
Oh, souls from paradise, look all of you upon Henry White, the heretic who...
Tread on holy ground because he is a scumbag, right, Cooper? Now, what are you gonna do for your friend? Take a piss in the well like a sissy boy? Or are you gonna act like a man for once? Come on, shoot, you guys. bastard!
Henry? There aren't any rats. They were laughing at us. At Henry White. What are we gonna do with them? Henry, you okay? We're not gonna burn these ones.
Mr. White, your 6 o'clock is here. It's John yesterday.
Thank you, Lori. My compliments to your stylist. Great suit.
I picked it out, Mr. White.
Ah, then my compliments to Human Resources for hiring you.
You hired me yourself, Mr. White.
Oh, I see. Tell him to come right in, please.
Mr. White will see you now, Mr. Yesterday.
Thank you.
Come over here, John. Have a look at this sunset. My advice to you is, if in your next life you come back as a filthy rich businessman, remember to get an office with a view like this. It's the only part that's really worth it in the end.
I can't even remember what I've done in this life, Mr. White.
Henry. Call me Henry. You used to call me that.
What the hell just happened? Cooper just went full on Full Metal Jacket. Were we the bad guy? Were we the guy who has been murdering and burning homeless people? What? That was a twist and a half. That was 2 twists. Oh my word. I enjoyed that a lot. If you did, let me know in the comments. I did not see it coming. Did you see it coming? I thought we were going to be this guy for life. But apparently, he's the bad guy. I presume we might be John, since his name is John Yesterday and the game is called Yesterday. I can't remember what the question he even asked me was. I'm just going to say family.
How is your mother doing?
She has a slight cold. She seems like a good person. She's been telling me a lot about my life, but I can't seem to remember anything about it. Not a thing.
Give her my best. And let me pick your brains for a moment. What has she told you? You never used to talk about yourself in the old days.
What she told you? Childhood.
What has your mother told you about your childhood?
All there is to tell. Only child, shy, few friends, obedient, athletic. I just wish I could remember.
So are we still this guy asking questions? I guess so.
What do you know about your youth?
I threw myself into my schoolwork. Apparently I'm smart. I have a master's in the history of religion from my mother. She's a worldwide authority on the history of satanic cults. The terrible thing is that I don't remember a single thing I learned in all those years in the university, except what was in the books you sent me in the hospital and what my mother has been telling me.
Those books look like satanic books to me.
Do you have a partner?
My mother says I had a girlfriend a long time ago. Suzanne. Now I'm single, it seems.
What do you like?
What has she told you about your likes?
This is strange. She told me that I never liked grapes. But the other day I tried one and it was delicious.
Interesting. To what extent are our likes and dislikes conditioned by our memories? By the way, I love grapes.
Sorry about that line. By the way, I love grapes. Right, let's ask about the hospital.
Everything all right at the hospital?
Yes, of course. Thank you for taking care of the bill.
I didn't do it. My money did. Sometimes it gets tired of rotting in the bank. Tell me, John, have you managed to remember anything about your past on your own?
No. Well, sometimes I get small flashes of random images, sounds. It's happened 3 times now. Watching a movie, looking at my hand, seeing a bluebird.
Curious, isn't it? Tell me more.
Oh, movie hand bluebird. Let's go to the movie.
What was it you remembered when you were watching that movie?
It took place in Paris. Suddenly, I saw, I don't know, a sort of antique shop. A girl.
Who was that girl?
What came to mind when you looked at your hand?
Well, it was actually the scar on my hand. The image of a strange person appeared in my mind. Some kind of priest in a church. He was talking about killing someone. Me.
Oh, so that must be the same priest. Can't be too many crazy priests around, can there?
What happened when you looked at this blue bird?
It perched on the windowsill in the hospital. Suddenly I saw myself with a beard and long hair in a blizzard.
Oh, goodness, John. I haven't even offered you a chair. I'm very sorry for what happened, John. Very sorry. I can't help thinking that it's all my doing.
On the contrary, I've come here to thank you.
And to get some answers, I imagine. What do you want to know?
What do I want to know? Okay, so now I am John yesterday. Who am I? What the hell's going on with Satanism and what is white ink?
I want to know who I am.
I'm not God, John. If you want to solve that mystery, go to a church and pray. I can only resolve human dilemmas.
Human dilemmas, apparently.
Why did you send those books on satanic cults to me in the hospital?
To help your mother re-educate you, and with an eye to a matter that we had between us. One that we still have.
What connects me to you?
There's a lot, John. You were working for me when you tried to kill yourself. You got too involved in the investigation. You lost your perspective. Lori has the contract, by the way. Ask for her copy on your way out if you want.
I don't get it. This isn't the guy who was crazy and thought he'd lost his son. Or had lost his son, was it? I don't think it is. Just shaved and not crazy-eyed. I think it's just a new guy.
What did my investigation consist of?
I hired you to get information about the Order of the Flesh, a satanic cult from the 15th century, in the hope that this would help us trap a present-day killer. My own investigation wasn't going anywhere.
Is he the killer? I'm guessing he's the killer.
What had you discovered before hiring me?
The Order of the Flesh was founded in 1463 by an ex-priest named Ginés de Orduña.
What was the Order of the Flesh about?
We know very little. They worshipped the devil and combined alchemy with torture in search of God knows what, until the Inquisition began to persecute them.
Did the Inquisition put a stop to the Order of the Flesh?
In 1498, when it seemed like Cardinal Cisneros, the Grand Inquisitor, had them cornered, they disappeared from the map. They evaporated. No one knows how or to where.
And I guess we've got to find out what happened.
What did I find out?
You started doing some research in the archives at the University of Salamanca in Spain, and you found something curious. A missive from the guard Captain Miguel de Somosierra to Cardinal Cisneros, written on the 31st of August, 1501.
And what is it? This is getting very broken swordy. I like it.
What did the letter say?
He stated that on that very morning his troops had traveled to the temple where they suspected the order was meeting, that they went in and interrupted a demonic ritual, that they killed all its members without mercy, and that finally they burned the church, reducing it to rubble and the ashes of satanic cadavers.
Wow, that was not very nice.
The letter didn't say anything else?
Yes, the captain congratulated him for the tip that led them to the temple. Literally, he said, "Thankfully, Your Excellency saw the relationship between the Order of the Flesh and the Holy Cathedral of Our Lady of Paris. That led us to reveal the evil in an apparently holy church."
What relationship is there between Notre Dame and the Order?
That was the next and final step in your investigation. Paris.
Paris? In the fall?
What did I find out in Paris?
I don't know. You disappeared there for 15 days when you finally called. You were very distressed. You told me that you found something very important and that you couldn't tell me over the telephone. So I flew to Paris.
Why didn't I tell you what I found out?
Because when I arrived at your hotel, you had attempted suicide. You were dying. You had swallowed mercury. Plus, you had cut your hand, drawing the symbol of the Order of the Flesh on your skin. It looked like a Y.
How did you know it was a suicide?
You left a note. Forgive me, Henry, but to get to the bottom of this, first I must die.
Wow, so there's a lot going on, guys. Are you following it? I'm following it.
Tell me about this killer.
He's been killing hobos for years. First he only burned them, but then his modus operandi evolved.
How did the hobo killer evolve?
He stopped burning his victims and started torturing them using satanic rituals.
What led you to link him to this cult?
At a certain point, he started carving a sort of Y into the bodies of his victims, the symbol of the Order of the Flesh.
Why are you so interested in capturing him?
For a time, I worked as a volunteer in an NGO called the Children of Don Quixote. They help the homeless. Over the years, I stopped working with them because there's something that can help them more than I can. My money. It's been covering all their expenses since my parents died and I took over White Enterprises. I'm not going to allow anyone to keep attacking these people, John. And you're going to help me.
Right, so we got to join his crazy gang of whites. But I don't want to.
Why did you hire me?
I hired your mother first, John, but after a while she came to a dead end. I didn't know where to go from there. She said that if anyone could get further, it would be you. Now you know everything, John. Talk to Lori.
Have her give you your tickets.
What tickets?
Ah, did I forget to mention that? You're leaving for Paris this afternoon. That's okay with you, right?
Yeah, Henry. I need to know who I am.
Exactly, John. Your father would be proud of you.
Wow, there's a big lot of whole stuff going on right there.
20.
You're sure the suite does not bring back any memories, Monsieur Yesterday?
No, I'm sorry.
Dommage. Well, call me if you need anything at all. Dinner with adult entertainment. You get my drift? Blonde, brunette, bald, black, white, young, oldies, sex spots, fat ladies, dwarves, hussies, spinsters, natural, surgically enhanced, clean, or filthy. And 10% discount if I get to watch. Okay?
Thank you, Albert. I'll keep it in mind.
While you're getting settled in, you notice something strange in the room. You can't put your finger on it, it's just a strange sensation. Well, I'm being watched, aren't I? There's got to be a camera or something around here. So, okay, let's recap then. So, the little guy, White, Henry White, as a kid, looks like he was the guy who was killing those homeless people. And now he's a grown-up and has taken over his corporation, the White Corporation, or White Inc., because his parents have died. And there was a secret society, and they disappeared off the map, and then they returned and killed a whole bunch of people and burned down a church, and they're around at the moment, and we have been sent on a mission to try and find out who they are, but this guy can't remember anything. He's Jason Bourne it. He's forgotten what's going on. So we've got all that. Got that in your head? You're going to have to remember that for tomorrow, because we're going to leave that right here. We've got a whole world to investigate now, guys. If you have enjoyed today's wild adventure, then please leave a like. I really appreciate it. And until next time, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is you're doing right now. Take care.